Well, makers, I was going to demonstrate how to run this forge, this Foundry, but unfortunately my regulator right here has decided to stop working. It's just not giving me anything at all. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I'm going to walk through, just verbally, how to set the forge up and get it running. The first thing you want to do is actually have it set up physically like this. You'll see I have the burner supported by bricks. I've got the propane tank hooked up. I'm using the quick connected adapter, the air compressor hose that goes to the burner. I've got everything kind of close so I can get it all in frame here, but ideally you want this, your propane tank, as far away from the fire as you can get it. Propane is great for starting a fire. The problem is it's great for starting a fire where you don't want a fire to be, so be safe. Here's the electronic control. The electronic control for the shop vac. What you want to do when you start it is just barely have this on. It's on right now. I know it's hard to tell with the airplane passing over, but it's on. It's just barely on. Get it going low, just enough so that it's pumping a little bit of air in there. That just ensures that the propane goes that way and not this way. This way is bad, that way is good. So once you have the airflow going, then you want to take a little bit of your shop frag here, rip it off, take it, dip it in your waste oil because you've got that around, might as well use it. Dip it in your waste oil just a little bit and then throw it into the furnace, and then once it's in there, light it up. So you'll have an open flame in the furnace. Once that's done, take your propane here, set your regulator so that it's giving gas into the forge, into the furnace, and then slowly open this up. And when you do that, you'll hear the propane start to flow, and when the propane flows, it will hit the open flame, ignite, and you'll have a flame in there. When you have the initial flame will be very fuel heavy. It'll have a yellow fire, and it will have a burning sound, not a whooshing sound. You want a whoosh, not a burn. So with your propane set, you slowly, very carefully increase the airflow. And as you increase the airflow, the flames, the yellow part of the flame will get smaller and smaller, and it will be more of a concentrated blue flame, until eventually it'll be all blue and it will be whooshing. It sounds wonderful. It's a nice hollow sound. Just adjust the air. You can really adjust it just by sound alone. So once you get it adjusted to the optimal flame, it will take a long time to heat the forge up. Once the forge is heated up, it needs to be glowing cherry red inside. Once it's heated up, you can come over here and just turn the shutoff valve, and that will start the fuel to flow. What I recommend doing is turning this all the way on to get the fuel flowing, and once you see the fuel burning, it burns with a almost white flame. It's a very bright yellow flame. Once it starts burning, you can adjust this back somewhere between off and on and get a little bit of control there. It's not ideal, but it does work. That'll give you something more than just on and off. And there's another using a crucible. We don't have a crucible right now. What we have is a cast iron pot. And the cast iron pot really works fine for melting aluminum. Just throw some aluminum in there once it's nice and warm. Once it's warm, you throw the aluminum into the pot, put the pot in there, and the aluminum will melt. Once it's melted, you take the pot out, pour it into your forms. It's all good. That doesn't really have anything to do with furnace. I think that's all that you need to know about starting and running the furnace. Have an open flame inside the furnace. Set your gas pressure. Have the fan running just a little bit. Open the gas so that it ignites, and once it's ignited, adjust your airflow until you get a nice hollow sound inside and a nice blue flame. It'll sound a little bit like a jet engine, which is what you want. So that's it. I hope that it continues to give you many years of good service.